As we entered into this conversation where you all began, and more than likely where most of you began, rather, you had entered into this cave without really too much awareness of the situation. However, it became clear that each of your paths had a tie in with each of the events that proceeded soon after, whether it be your family protecting a stone slab and making sure that it's guarded from these types of people, or perhaps the next heir of a city that would need to be taken care of, but rather than that, being usurped to make sure that you weren't in a position that could that could do this. Another was a sacrificial pawn to start the gambit. However, thankfully enough, it had a different player in order to make it more delayed. Another managed to protect another's potential risk in getting involved in this, protecting their friend and making sure that they survived. And thankfully enough, this was done. But whether it be fate or whether it be events that took place, everything managed to come to here, to this point. You all managed to get here after Zomic has stated what had happened beforehand and what the main plan is. Most of you stood in line waiting for the enemy boss to make sure, hey, we might as well take this guy down, and Shade decided to go hide and go invisible, I believe.
Yep.
Shade's Northlight though. Just like Shade is invisible. No, I'm right here. Oh shit.
While most of the team stood in line, the rest of the enemies did soon follow after. However, masked in toe and hand, they revealed themselves to be an old boss. Spin, Blair, Grin, and two other individuals that you do not, or at least are not aware of, stand in front of you before Zomic in turn. Spin looks at the rest of you, and while does not know, Golden. Let's see, who else doesn't he know?
I don't think I know these
me.
characters.
Yeah, Bartholomew or Lillian. He sees that the rest of the team is here, other than the people he has met beforehand that are not, aka Bartholomew's former character. Then simply states, "Well then, it's a surprise you're here, but this was an event I had foreseen. Now then, I'm sure you have plenty of questions, and for the better part, before we continue this charade, I am sure you'll like some answers. But that fact of the matter is that I still require what is from you, suffice to say. What you stand...
You're talking a little different, Spin.
Was that?
You're talking a little different, Spin.
Oh, okay. Right. He then goes back to a more laid back, I believe it was more laid back, relaxed, and tempered tone. Right. Seems you've, figured most of this out. So tell me, what exactly are you aware of? And what exactly are you deeming to follow? If it is nothing, then we can simply move on and see what we can work with. If it is something, well then we might be at an impasse. Do not know most of you, but... No, he actually does know most of you. I do not know some of you, but for the rest, I can see that you are not exactly so simple-minded that you would simply go out of your way to protect the world from prophecy.
I don't really care about the prophecy. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck about prophecy. We're the breakers of prophecy.
What do I know? What prophecy they're talking about?
Yes. It's been brought up multiple times for you to know that there's a contract. As soon as the shards of sin are awoken, that contract will then be fulfilled and war can begin again.
Okay.
Okay. It's been then... Go ahead.
I want my sisters back.
Hmm.
And from what I've been able to tell, there's a good degree of chance that they have been brainwashed to some extent. And I do hold evidence to that fact, especially since it seems that you wish to breed them and to make more partially mindless slaves for future warfare.
Right. He goes back to its first demeaning tone and then states, breed them, no.
Isn't that what was in the diary?
No. Huh.
That was the proof I was talking about, because that certainly looked like they were going to breed them after they made them.
I think he was making soldiers, but they weren't. I don't think involved your sister.
It did involve his sisters, but specifically, they were looking to infuse separate specimen, like a hybrid. That part is true.
And Lan yelled that out too because he definitely is prideful enough in this group and of course himself to think that prophecies mean nothing to him.
Creating more warriors or more fighters just meant that they would continue this process, not reproduce the already made warriors with other people. Just the same process would repeat itself over and over again, to the point where they would have a full-fledged army, not with productivity, but with a species binding. Mentality-wise, it's possible that they were influenced by his team, but the breeding part, that was just... I suppose it would be terrible writing on the individual's part that wrote the journal.
Very well. I take the correction in stride.
Okay. So you say... You basically get the same thing, except omit the breeding part, and then Spin simply states, alright, that should be easily enough done. One of your sisters, as you called them, wasn't exactly changed. She chose for this to be what she had deemed necessary. The prophecy means near nothing to me, but we needed to make sure that we didn't need to continue on the lane that the gods and the ones that came before us continued on. Do you really not realize what this endeavor was? Why there was no said he looks towards your team? Still not cognitive, at least from what you're aware of Shade. But looking at your team then states, are you really not surprised that no, puts up air quotes, heroes ever showed up? That no gods on high ever deemed to care for any of those said to be prophesied to become world savers? It's simple. This was not the time. This was not the place, and you are not the people. In short, we were making sure that we were able to get rid of these prophecies, these simple necessities that the gods use to claim and rule the world. So no, I don't care either. And I'm sure you don't care either by your own proclamations. So you can have your sisters, be it that as it will. The only thing I am telling you now is whether you want to join or not. You are
Wait,
all
did he
capable.
Did he just say he's against both sides?
No, he's, well, kind of. He said he's against being in control of the flow of the god's nature of creating prophecies, building up heroes to rise and claim prophecies in order to repeat the cycle. He's, in turn, trying to break it completely.
How would that be different from the other entities?
Simple.
That are
You would have your own say in your own life. The gods wouldn't need... Well, rather, they wouldn't be here to sway your own decisions, your own lives, your own choosing. In short, you yourself would deem what you decide to do and bear.
As I recall, those other entities are going to try to take back their original place, which would be enslaving us. So and doing whatever they originally do, be it tentacle hentai or whatever else it was, or eating our brains for the mind flayer. The issue here I see here is that rather than metaphysical like the gods, the entities are going to do it more physically. It doesn't seem that there's going to be any real difference.
That is why we're creating these hybrids, to go and combat the other side, to make sure that both sides are quelched before anything can truly begin. I will not say there won't be bloodshed, because obviously there will be. But both sides will be wiped out. And simple enough, then the world will begin anew. Only those capable, strong enough, or those guarded by those strong enough will maintain their order, their will, and their lives. That's why I made sure that the doctor was well prepped up and ready to make sure that anyone deciding to live on could. But heroes called and made sure how they were doing. And it turns out that they died, and I'm assuming in no small part to you and yours.
Yes. Exactly where have the hybrid material been coming from? In order to create hybrids, you have to get some of the material elsewhere. Where is this other material coming from?
Lan, from what you can tell, what he's been talking about so far, everything he has said is a statement that he truly believes is true and just. Whether
I'm
that
thinking,
justifies
That's what I
killing
mean, is,
all
like,
these
does he
people.
really believe? Yeah, does he really like? So he believes that that's good. Like, so he's like, I guess, like a, I guess you could say a Thanos. Like, he thinks he's doing the right thing, like
Uh,
all villains do.
Yes, correct.
But he's gonna kill a whole bunch of innocent people, and only this basically he's gonna, destroy the world and remake it. That's what he's saying, right? So,
He truly believes this is a just reason. Why, you're not exactly sure. He probably has a good reason, maybe at least in his mind. But he truly believes killing off the god part and then soon after killing off the other side would be the best way in order for mortals to live their own true lives.
Okay,
thoughts?
I'm confused. Aren't they working with the other side?
They are,
Yeah.
which is, however, when made mention of this, he did state that that is why they're creating the hybrids, in order to combat the other side. Because in short, the way he's been speaking, he is using the other side to get rid of one side, and then once they're weakened, take care of the other.
Thoughts? Did you say Thanos?
I did at first
Like-
by accident, I think.
I said like a Thanos like character. He's like, I'm just gonna get rid of everybody because it's gonna help.
But
Yeah,
that
I
wasn't
don't
what
know.
Thanos wanted.
Oh, no,
Thanos was
I
Um,
know.
getting
I
his
know.
death.
Thanos
Yes,
just
yes,
wanted to get rid of
in the
half
comics.
the population.
I'm talking
to
about the
save the universe.
Yeah.
movie
Get
that
rid of
changed the
that.
plot for no reason. They should have kept the original one because it was better.
Uh,
But anyway,
To be specific, though, he's not going out there just to kill anyone willy-nilly, just anyone that gets in the way, which is usually the good
oh
guys.
yeah, I know, but I mean, like, yeah, he's gonna do what he has to do to get the job done, and a bunch of people are gonna perish because of it. Yeah.
But to Kelmore's question, Spin does state, out there in the world there are many things that could be used for this. Various creatures, commodities, monsters, fiend, celestials have all these assets that the normal kind do not have. If you have the right skills and technical prowess, you could easily, or at least with some tutelage and some experimentation, infuse these in others.
Question, DM.
Yeah.
Mechanically, do you have the story for us if we choose to go with Spin and his group, or would that end the game today?
I can't say here or there because that would basically swear your own opinion.
Just that I checked to make sure.
Out of character, Lillian's against that because one of those is her grandpa.
I didn't understand your last word.
One of the gods is her grandpa, so she's kind of against killing the gods off.
I thought the gods would be
I
banished.
asked him what's in it for us. What are you gonna do for us then? Why would you? What's gonna make us help you? What's in it for us? We are mercenaries after all.
Your own betterment or your own decisions are your own. I am only offering this gesture. I will enhance your abilities if you decide to deem and fight with us, but if you decide to join us, then I will make sure that my side doesn't attack you when the oncoming slaughter proceeds, because it will proceed. Simple enough. You either join and you don't decide to fight, which is fine, you just won't get in our way. If you decide to join and fight, I will enhance your abilities from what they currently are.
I do have some more questions, if that's okay.
All it requires time. So fielding questions is not an issue.
The next question I have is, are you going to turn everyone into hybrids? Because I'm afraid that it might not be a self-sustaining new society.
No. Just those that decide to join the fight. Those that do not will continue to live as they live. Those that do not get in the way will not need to be changed.
When a person becomes what I'm thinking is this guy might be suffering under the Mass Effect 3.
Oh, yeah. The elusive man?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If there's the equivalent of D&D for that,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. The next question I have, basically it's going to be a lot of world sustaining. Does he have a means of replacing, countering cataclysms? That's what my next set
Also, what are you gonna do about all the gods? Like, there's got to be something to fill their place, and he actually means to kill the gods, right? Like, completely.
He truly means to kill any god that has influence on this world, is how he's
So the
phrasing
god
things.
of magic.
The god of magic, the god of war, the god of... Man,
the
I
god
can't
of
make another
magic.
joke.
If we lost magic, the whole world would fall apart.
To a sediment
Okay.
degree, yes.
Yeah, this guy's insane. No, we can't fucking join him. I wouldn't want to go against my god. I'm scared enough of my fucking mother. No,
But do you ask him this?
My god is 1,000 words. I
Yeah.
I ask him. Yeah, I'm with Kelmore. We're asking these questions. So what about this? Because I do clerical magic.
Yeah.
Kelmore does fucking regular magic.
He turns
so
towards
we
you,
have some fucking problems. Hush,
Lan,
Kelmore.
as you're super gesturing wildly. What about magic, huh? Are you going to deal with magic? And then he
Yeah,
states...
don't you remember what happened to the Netherese? If this is D&D,
He does state, however, the magic itself would still remain, but it would not have control. It would be a sparse world, and the magic weave itself
wild
would
magic everywhere.
infuse with the world, correct. However, the world would be influenced regardless, and, in sense, while the weave is broken and infused back into said world, it would also act as the glue to make sure that any gods that have influence on this said land, once gone, remained, that the world remain as a whole. Yes, there might be pockets of influence, say the Feywild seeping in from parts, the Shadowfell seeping in from parts, celestial, demonic parts joining as one. But those things have already been happening from time to time, and they are part of us as they are of anything else. The only difference is that you would now see them. You would still have magic, but you would need to carve it out yourself.
So let me get this straight.
It's gonna make like a day after tomorrow situation. I don't think it's a good idea.
I have a couple clarification questions. This is about the lore and the background information.
Mhm.
Characters would know automatically.
Yeah.
As I recall, D&D basic lore states that magic was not originally there at the beginning.
Correct.
Mystra created the weave, and then Shadow Weave was from her sister, and all that shit happened. So, if Mystra goes down, I'm pretty sure the weave goes down automatically. It's gone. The weave has to be
I've
remade.
been saying. That's what I literally just saying.
In
So-
essence, if you want me to explain it now, I can.
Well, yeah, I
It's a
mean,
mechanical
you can keep it short, I guess, because we're kind of asking these questions. It gets one clerical and one more magical. Or
I'll go with a
arcane.
scientific term in this case. Nothing can be created or destroyed, only changed. In this case, let's use quantum theory and physics to work with the magical weave. She created it, but she had to create it from something. That stuff just doesn't appear from nothing. In essence, the weave would then be unwoven, but the magical presence would still be there. It would just not be tamed at the moment in time. So when he said, carve out it for yourself, he truly means to form your own personal weave.
Is he saying, like, just letting wild magic run free, basically?
For some time, yes.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah,
That's a terrible idea.
Horrible. idea.
Lan's just like his jaws is dropping further and further. Just like, this guy's fucking for real. Like, you're a fucking madman.
Now, I appreciate the power boost. That's a great part.
Yeah, everyone likes a
part
bigger
is-
dick, but
Yeah.
Well, I
Like any of
understand.
you with an insight score of, let's say, a +5. I think some of you have that.
I have a +8, so yeah.
You can tell that the hybridization of individuals will also likely be a reason to keep people alive, sustained as much as possible, making sure that those individuals are able to protect cities, people, covenants, groups, organizations, to make sure that they stay alive. So he is making sure that he builds an army of these people that you've already known. For that specific purpose
only if
of...
they agree with him, though, right?
He will change the ones that agree with him, yes.
Yeah, only
However,
ones that agree with
anyone
him.
that doesn't oppose him, he'll still protect based on his wording. Just anyone that goes against
So
him.
he's telling he can guarantee protection for every city and place that would be, or like, devastated by this. And he's like, also like, I mean, what about like existing magic, like, because magic's used everywhere, like.
Mhm.
Like, would it dispel that magic? You said it would still be there, but like, would it actually dispel that magic too?
As I understand it, items simply become inert or.
What about
Oh
creatures
yeah,
and
even
magic?
items. Jesus, yeah, magic. All the magic used for items. I didn't think about
What
that.
about creatures and magic?
Creatures of magic would likely go into their own domain or have to self-sustain themselves. Or for the matter, as he mentioned before, carve out their own weave, personal weave, and drag it out for themselves to continue on living. Yeah, he knows that this is going to create some chaos, which is why he's creating an army. That being said, he can totally be crazy and still have a good plan or a terrible plan. You're fully in your right to believe that, because it kind of sounds like a terrible idea. That being said, he did come out with some fail-safes to mitigate some of these situations.
I can definitely see the good in some of this, but at the same time, there's a huge margin of error. And I can definitely see like the hybrid's lifespan could be shortened to a large extent, and a whole host of other issues for hybrids that comes to mind.
I'm not even worried about that. I'm just worried about like the ramifications of it too. Because like, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of my god, but my magic comes from her.
The world would be very broken. Yes, I'm fully aware of that.
Yeah,
I'm fully
that's
aware
what
what
I'm
would
worried
happen.
about.
So out of character, like, it would basically make the world the Feywild, running with wild magic.
To a degree, but not to the full extent.
That's a terrible idea. We do not need wild magic running free.
Again.
Yeah, good point. Again.
The other thing that comes to mind is... darn, what was it? Well, I have to agree with the party that this isn't a very good idea. Lan, I have an action that I want to do. What is it that you want to do? If you don't have any more questions.
Ask them if we can actually just, be like, you know what, we're gonna think about it. Can we gather up and talk about it real quick in private for just 1 moment or 2 moments? Would he allow that?
You ask that, and he simply states, all requires time. You may proceed to the adjacent room to us. He then points further north to the room you actually never bothered to enter inside.
We haven't had the opportunity.
He tells us to head over
We
there.
did, we just didn't go there.
Yeah, that's true. No,
went the
he
other
said you wanted some private time, so he gestured towards that area.
Okay, well, I want to move away, but keep as far away as we feel safe for talking, and I want to keep them in our sight. I don't want to
I
move
want
away
to stay
from
close to land while we're walking away.
I don't want to lose sight of them. And when we're far enough away, I want to basically have the conversation that we've been having, like, out of character as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Land's like, no, fuck that. Like, I'm no way. Like, this is going to kill. I mean, even if he does everything that he says, it's going to kill so many people. You know, this is not right. Like, I don't mind killing people, but this is going to be mass genocide across the whole planet.
Don't want to
No,
lose my
no.
grandpa.
Hmm.
Don't
Yeah.
know who your grandpa is, but, like, it's one other person we don't want to die.
Now, I don't mind the mass loss of life, mostly because I don't care about people. It's the wild possible destruction of the entire planet I have problems with because I live on that. So
Yeah, that's the other part of
Gnome God
Yeah,
is good or
yeah.
gold, right?
Hmm?
Gnome God is good or gold, right?
All I
What's
heard
the
was Gnome God is good of gold.
The Gnome's God is good or gold, right?
Yes.
No idea.
I'm not a. Oh,
good or
you're,
gold is my grandpa.
Oh, good or
You're
gold?
talking
Yes.
what one?
Sorry.
I'm saying
Good or
that in
gold.
character. Obviously, you told me that. But yeah, in characters
Well,
like, what,
yeah.
you fucking
Can't
want?
find any fault in what you're saying, and usually I find a lot of fault in what you're saying, Bartholomew. But this time I agree with you, which is almost makes me want to disagree, just from reflex. But I'm gonna stop. We're agreeing.
I'm glad we could find common ground somewhere.
It was bound to happen eventually.
Question, Dan.
Yes.
I
And
remember the thing that comes to
sorry.
mind.
As Kelmar asked this, I'm gesticulating and, like, talking to everyone, and I'm casting a twin spell of haste, and I'm holding it for as I don't know, whenever Kelmore's done talking. I guess
Or are you casting it, Don?
Kelmore and myself.
Then I'll be hasting myself. Ready to
Okay.
cast it.
Kelmore, before you ask your question,
As you're arguing and yelling
Yeah.
at me.
Shade, you do hear Spin, look at Grim, look at Grin and Blair, and then simply states, seems that they're getting ready for something. Casting haste. Doesn't matter, though.
They haven't casted it yet.
We haven't cast it yet. I am casting a spell, but I'm facing away from them, and I'm trying to deceive them and pretend I'm talking to my friends.
Okay,
while I'm moving
roll
my
deception.
hand. Yeah.
I'm going to be doing that too to cast haste.
Both of you roll deception.
Oh man, hopefully you're good at it. I'm pretty good at deception.
I will give an aid to Land.
Who needs it more,
Actually, I'm
actually?
good at deception. I roll a freaking 6.
Well, 23. It's too late because I already said it.
Okay, well.
Oh,
Shade, are you
somebody else
talking?
could aid.
Shade
Julian.
has not been talking because he's standing close to Spin in the group, invisible, sitting silent, waiting to make his move. He's just waiting
And
for
we
you
are-
guys to.
You
We're
know what?
listening,
If I'm not getting
they're
aid,
listening.
I'm going to flash myself. God.
I love how
It
you
sounds
have to
so
say that.
weird.
Yeah. This is definitely a weird thing to say.
I'm not gonna
Unless
repeat the
I'm
word.
getting aid from somebody.
I could aid you, I suppose.
I mean, aren't you a bard? You'd be pretty good at performing,
Sure.
right?
Then I'm going to save that.
Are you paying attention to me while I'm like strumming my battle lute?
So Bartholomew gets a battle loot, and Kelmore just almost rhythmically plays patty cake with Lan while he's gesturing wildly.
Everything with me.
Both of you with a 23 you do get a good enough amount of point. However, Spin looks towards Grin. Shade, you do see this and hear this. Seems like they're getting for something, but can't exactly tell what. Grin then states, perhaps magic, perhaps some type of plan. They are gesturing wildly, though. Keep an eye on them, but do not do anything.
If that's the case, I will throw my dart with poison of death at Spin.
But we're not there yet. We have to get back.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not over
Oh.
there.
Distance isn't really an issue for me, and
I know,
I'm not
but
willing to
we're-
let them plan.
Yeah, I know, but we're like
But
way away from you right now.
I know where you are.
we
Shade's
might
one
not
of the
be able
few
to
in the
get
group that can actually see that far.
there. That's what we're
Doesn't
saying. Is
matter
like
if you can see that far.
we might not be able to get there in round 1.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You'll be invisible, I guess.
I have a question though.
I can
Yeah.
I can move really really far.
Yeah. Beforehand, though, Kelmore did have a question. So we'll get to that action in a
Yep.
second. Kelmore.
My question was, I'm not 100% sure, DM, if you had included it in your lore or not. But I wanted to make sure. Neverwinter Nights 2, the game, had the whole thing with that Guardian and how he went from the Weave to the Shadow Weave. And I wanted to know, is that here? That whole process of what he did, his entity, all of that, is that in here?
I am gonna say no, mainly because I didn't play the game.
Okay, because that
Neither
would
have I.
kind of... Because that
So-
would kind
My spell finishes when I finish it. It's finishing like when I slap Kelmar across the face.
Ow. Kelmore, you were
Because
saying.
I have to touch him.
It, yes. It would, spin idea would kind of work if that would be the case, because that's what comes to mind when Spin was talking about all that.
Mhm. I mean, it possibly exists, but again, I don't know 100%, so I'm gonna say no, probably.
Alright, then,
Before we
I'm
start
ready.
this, I'm gonna say, what about that one mask guy? We gotta make sure we finish him. Does anyone have Soul Gem?
I don't think that exists.
Soul Cage, sorry, spell Soul Cage.
No.
You're the no. Who's a Bartholomew is the highest level caster here.
It's a 6th level spell.
Is it?
I have Mass Suggestion and I Bite. I do not have that. I don't think I even have access to it. Soul Cage.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
I
That's
probably
that's
would have
how we-
taken that if I had access to it.
That's how we killed a lich. We just put it. We couldn't find the electric, so we took it to like the essence of destruction and like tossed it in there.
That'd be nice.
All right.
bad.
Too
You should
bad.
have got that spell
Let's
earlier.
see here.
Yeah,
Let's-
Warlocks and Wizards. I don't have access.
Well, Shade, it's your turn.
everyone go ahead and roll turn order. Shade gets one free action before things blow out of proportion.
Yeah, and I slapped Kelmar already. So
Take one
I,
point of damage.
Nope.
you don't have to take a point of damage. It's a non-lethal blow.
You're fine. Backhand.
I'm not trying to beat you to death.
It was a
Oops.
joke.
I did definitely slap you harder than necessary because I wanted to, though. You definitely know that. You're like, that was unnecessary.
So do I need to
Do
roll
I
again? Do I need to
have,
roll again, or can I
advantage for being invisible?
Oh no!
Probably, yeah. Lillian, what do you mean? Do you have to roll again?
I clicked the wrong thing.
If the modifier is the same, go ahead and keep it.
Oh, let me see.
I mean, maybe roll for
Yeah,
yourself
plus
an
6
initiative, but
initiative.
like keep the old roll.
Well, I have advantage on initiative anyway, so.
Oh well. There we go.
I'll
Nat 20.
take.
Damn, son, that's a good throw.
You know what? I think I'll keep that because that's better.
I mean, you have advantage anyway, right?
Yeah. So.
I don't know how much better you can really get. So I'm
And
gonna
then
guess.
nat 20, and I know.
I mean, you could always like carve out a rock and put 21 sides on it, and then roll that, and then stare into our eyes as you roll it,
True.
only to realize it's been 21 on all of the sides.
That works for me. So if a natural 20 hits spin, which I assume it does 9 points of damage from the dart, and it's a DC 13 con save against the death saving throw poison.
Automatically succeeds.
Be shit.
Okay.
Oh.
That's what I figured.
He does still take the damage, but unfortunately, he automatically succeeds.
Okay. So I just get my one throw and then it's initiative, or do I get a full turn?
I would say you get a full turn.
Okay.
I mean, you got a natural 20, so I'm just gonna say you did that. Realize that he's immune to that, and then do whatever.
Okay. In that case, I will chuck another dart at him, I guess.
How many more berry fires do I have?
Does a 21 hit?
A 21 does not hit.
Okay. And then I will use my
Very
bonus
fine.
action to shadow step 60 feet. That's 50. 60 feet towards my friends.
All right. Immediately you see that. I was gonna say Lan again. For some reason, you two characters. You also Lan. You see Shade emerge out of nowhere. That's the way I'll phrase it this time. Chuck a dart at the enemy line, and well, whether or not you were going to agree, maybe that ship has sailed. At least maybe for Shade. Lillian.
There we go. Hit the right button. Okay. Understood. You click this, state distance, right? Yep, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. I'm hasted, so I have double movement, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I believe you were.
That's
Unless
the
something
best.
has changed.
So
I think you may have been referring to some kind of effect that might have been in place that may have restricted it.
I'm trying to. I need to move. Okay. I just need to move like 30 feet, and I'm within range.
All right.
Oh wait, the mask dude still has his mask, right?
No, the masked man that was there is Spin, the green orc. He's currently in the
Oh.
middle of the team. He still has
I
his
thought you-
mask, but it's on his side now. He's no longer
I thought
wearing
you
it.
said the mask that, like the evil mask, the cursed one. Is that guy still here?
Yes, it's the orc, the one in the middle of the group. He's still there, just doesn't have his mask currently on.
Okay. Let's see if that works for me. Okay, so one, there we go. Okay. Ish. How far is that? Okay, that's close enough. I'm blasting the mask guy.
All right, using what?
Lightning launcher.
Shooting his stupid face with the big gun.
Oh, there
That
we
does
go.
hit.
My kind of woman.
4 attacks.
Okay.
So-
First one hits, second one does not hit, third one does hit, and the last one does hit. So 3 out of 4.
We're doing
Oh wait,
damn good on
hang
the
on.
nat
Wait,
20s
wait.
today.
Another 1d6. too. Wait, I have another 1d6 to throw on there.
All right.
There. Add that onto the total.
Okay. Aiming straight for him, you begin to move forward straight with a quick skip and a hop. Entering in front of Shade. Entering, that's a weird way to phrase it. Standing in front of Shade, you then shoot out 4 bolts of lightning straight at him. However, he is able to dodge one, but not the rest of the said volley. They hit his mark, and they do hit the mark, and they do hit well. However, he's still standing, thankfully enough for him and his team. However, from what you can tell, he did take the damage. There's not stopping that, so if Shade's poison darts didn't hit, he is for sure still able to take damage. Anything else, Lillian?
No.
All right. All right. Seeing that you're now the enemy team, Dominic is no longer going to be cordial or polite.
62 damage.
Hey, I opted to not attack you, so, you know. As a matter of fact, I think I was the one who, like, made it pacifistic. Of all people.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Zombie begins to move straight towards the area and straight towards the team. However, at a curve, he looks towards your group and then begins to gesture wildly at you. However, it doesn't seem to be magical inscription or incantation. Rather, he's just doing it at a reflex. And I want each of you to go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw. Except for Shade and Lillian.
Is this the spell-like effect that would give me advantage?
This is psionics.
No. Well, actually, no. Maybe not then.
Um,
If it's psionics, then probably not. Nope.
Oh, I'm like, I can give you Bountiful Luck, and then I'm like, I'm not playing my half. Like,
Okay, and then my 2 NPCs.
Oh, you know what? I should have used lucky. Or no, I can use lucky still, can't
Lucky.
Yeah.
He hasn't told us the result.
I? In that case, yeah. I'm gonna guess that one fails that, so yeah,
I mean, you never know.
that's better.
Maybe the lower number wins.
And don't forget, you guys are all
28.
close to Lan, so you get his saving throw
Gilmore,
bonus.
yeah. Gilmore has a over 30.
Yeah.
But Lan only has an 18. Go figure.
All right. Thankfully enough, most of the team, except for the NPCs and
They get +6 too, actually. So. I don't
oh,
know if that helps them. I don't know if that helps them. 17.
it helps Star.
That's a 3.
Golden, not so much.
Anyway,
So thankfully enough, everyone
he's not very high.
except for Lan and Golden managed to curve around the area. However, you still feel an impulse sensation in their minds. It's a simple trick of the trade. However, you all still take 3d8 points of damage, which is only 16. However, as that occurs, Lan and Golden both hit the ground unconscious.
is the paladin just not knocked out?
He got knocked out, yes.
Like, so I'm unconscious like a sleep spell?
No, unconscious, like you just got hit with a brain aneurysm and you literally passed out.
24.
Man, I could give.
Do I,
Yeah,
do I, lose, I don't lose HP though, right?
No, you don't. It's a status effect that you're just asleep, basically.
The
Oh.
Lan also
Well,
gets a
if-
+6.
It's already factored in. So I'm unconscious. Then the haste spell is off now.
I'm aware.
Oh,
Wait, didn't Landon wasn't the one that cast it, was it?
Lan was.
He was.
Oh shit.
Camera doesn't have it. There goes the third little
Yeah.
spell. And
Are you like an elf or
points,
anything by any
3 source
chance?
points. No, I have advantage on magic saving throws, but it wasn't magic. It was psionics.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't
Yeah.
count.
What was that?
No,
He-
so it's not
he-
magic.
No.
Well, okay.
nobody.
Well, there's no ability that gives you match advantage against psionics, though.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
There is abilities that you can have resistance against the damage.
Here's the thing, though. You're only unconscious, so someone can wake you up if they eat their action.
Yeah, Gilmore just has to kick me.
I can't.
He can't.
Don't worry,
When
He's
the
out
spell
too.
ends, the target can't move or take action until
Oh, yeah.
its next turn as a wave of lethargy sweeps over it.
Yeah, no, that's a trick I sometimes like to use when I play magic casters.
Yeah.
I cast haste on the bad guy, and now I uncast haste. Suck on
My
that.
turn.
Oh.
We have to touch him to do that. So it means you have to give a spell.
As could you fall on me for damage?
Am I allowed to just choose to fall DM onto him if I can't move? Hold myself.
Yes.
You lose
You would
your
roll a
action,
d20. You would still lose your action, but you would be able to do that higher than a 10, just a standard d20. And I say you hit Lan with your body, just doing 1 point of damage, but waking him up.
I like that one. No.
I'm sorry, I tried.
While you're on the ground next to Lan, it's kind of adorable if it wasn't so deadly a situation.
You just came down and lightly smooched me, and I'm snoring away. The bad part is
If
that
only
my
you were,
aura,
if
my
you were
aura
within
is turned
30
off
feet
too.
of me, I could help you, but you're too far away.
Yeah, the aura is turned
I
off
have
too,
my
so
turn.
no one has my +6.
All right. Spin does nothing.
That's right.
Or at least it looks like he does nothing. The next individual moves forward using simple speed Let's see. Da-da. Right there. Shade.
Right. Okay. Action. I use 2 key points and cast darkness centered on myself.
All right.
So that
You take a small
is-
pebble from the ground after you cast darkness and place it upon yourself, revealing a cone of how much?
It is a sphere, 15-foot radius sphere. So everywhere
Move
around
before
me
you
for
do
15
that.
feet. Oh no, I'm
Can you
moving.
do
Don't
that?
worry. And then I'm going to move. Let's see here. Here. And can't really do anything. I'm gonna stay there. Can't really do anything for my bonus action, so.
Mm.
Yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
Enemy agent looks towards the sphere of darkness, looks towards Spin, and Spin simply nods. She then goes and proceeds to enter into the sphere of darkness. After what's inside, Lan, you can see in your own magical darkness, correct?
That's if I was awake.
It's not
Oh.
land.
Every
it-
time.
Yeah, normally you cannot see inside your own magical darkness, but because I have true sight, I can see through magical darkness.
Got it. Then what you can tell, she comes in with blade in hand, 2 short swords and a dagger. One of the daggers is on the other adjacent hand, while the 2 short swords are in the right hand. However, as she presses forwards, you can tell that she hits throws the dagger onto the ground behind you and places 2 blades to her left and her right.
Wait. She's carrying 2 swords in one hand.
Yes.
But she's staking them. She's staking them in a triangle around me on the ground.
Correct.
Okay. The one that she throws behind me, would it be possible to use deflect missiles on it,
What's
or
the
is it
exact
like
wording?
not?
Well, to get behind him though, she'd have to throw it at him.
Yeah, I would actually kind of argue that.
Starting at
for
3rd
sure.
level, you can use your reaction to deflect or catch the missile when you are hit by a ranged weapon attack.
It wouldn't have hit you.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's going past.
No.
him, like,
I get that.
No,
If the
no,
wording
yeah,
was throwing a dart straight towards you or at you, but this specifically states if it hits you.
Yeah,
My
because
bad,
it's
yeah.
it's supposed to be that you actually use it to reduce the damage. So, but there's no damage here. It's like she's throwing it past me. So,
Yeah, I would have totally been fine if it said something else.
yep, no worries.
But yeah, triangle formation. Blair. On Blair's turn, she moves forwards, same as the rest. However, she takes a different arcing angle. Right here. Bartholomew.
she just runs at us.
At an angle.
Ooh,
Care to kick me, would you?
Your darkness is covering what's his name? I can't read the name from here. Zarmek.
Zomic, yeah,
Alien
yeah.
guy.
I was cutting off his, hypothetically cutting off his line of sight to the party.
That's yeah. Good move.
Now there are a lot of people here, and I don't want them to be here.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna cast Synaptic Static,
Ooh.
which has a range of 120 feet, right there. So it gets in a 20-foot radius sphere. They must make intelligence saving throws. If their intelligence is 2 or lower, they're unaffected. So
Cool. So based on your sphere, it is. Oops, wrong place. I think you had it here.
I had it here. I
Which
think.
one's the mash, dude?
So that would
Green
hit me
guy.
then?
Ben.
No,
No,
in
the
that
dude
case,
with
I
the-
would
You can
do
definitely
that.
get all of them without.
Yeah,
You can get all
spin
of them without hitting them.
The green guy is the mask dude, just not wearing his mask.
Yeah, it had to be here then, because I wouldn't have. I would try to make it so that it wouldn't hit Shade, And yeah, it's 20 foot, so.
Yeah.
And
It
it's
has
within
it. It's
120
not-
feet
it'll
of
get
me,
all of them.
so yeah.
Okay.
All of them.
So the red mark is the one we're working with.
Yes, because that is my thing.
Okay. Sorry, there's just so many, including my own. What's the save?
It is intelligence of 17.
Okay. First, the little gray man. Da, da,
Who
da.
is based on a mind flayer, so I'm guessing his intelligence isn't that great.
I mean, you never know. I mean, it's good, but honestly, it's not legendary. Still 26 though.
Yeah, so.
Uh,
Although they
then
do
here's
take 8d6 psychic damage.
Which is always a plus.
He takes half.
then the woman. Then spin.
What kind of bard do we have? Is it a
Then-
lore bard?
Grin.
Lore.
What?
Lore.
Is he lore? You can cut in words some of their saves.
I only have one bardic inspiration left.
Hmm.
So, do any of them fail that?
28, 15, natural 20, and 17. Spin is the natural 20.
Ooh. Spins a natural 20. Well, the 15 fails, 17 meets it, so beats it. So, only one of them fails. I had to try. but-
Believe that was the woman that is currently triangled shade.
I mean, yeah. 17 ties it, so yeah. In that case, the one who failed has metal thoughts for a minute. During the time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts the number rolled from all its attack rolls and ability checks, as well as its Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. And it can make a intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending on a success.
Nice.
Unfortunately, it only works on one of them, but I had to try.
Yeah. Actually, this does work quite nicely. As soon as you hit the woman, everyone else takes a good amount of damage. However, when it comes to back onto her, focusing in as most zoom cameras do, spin. Shade, you do feel a sensation of electricity bolting around you, and then just fizzling out.
Gotcha.
So whatever was gonna happen, it did not.
I can
Well,
live with
alright
that.
then.
Anything
That,
else?
that worked out. Nah.
All right, Lan, you're unconscious.
Yep.
Roll a con save to wake yourself up.
Dookie.
You're awake. You're on the ground. You're not exactly sure what happened, but you have a terrible headache.
Do I still have a turn, or is that my turn?
No. You're fine.
Okay. Well,
You will have to eat half your movement to get back up, though.
Yep. So, I guess. Trying to think how I want to do that again. I'm gonna do it one more time. I use all my sorcery points. Might as well. I'll use a 4th level. Actually, if I use a 4th level spell slot, like, can I just get another person anyway? I don't have to twin it then, right?
I believe that is correct.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I'll just use a 4th level spell slot, cast it
I
on
don't
myself,
think that's how
and
haste
come more,
works.
and
I
then
thought haste
I
works
will
at higher level.
get up.
No,
So my-
it doesn't have an upcast, I don't think.
I don't think Haste has one.
The DM said yes, so it works.
I'm fine with it.
Anyway,
You guys are at a serious disadvantage. Half the group went
Uh,
unconscious.
yeah. So I get up. And I only have 45 movement left when I get up. So how far? 45, right there. Yeah. Well, those are all bad guys right there. Huh? So, does this person look like a spellcaster over there?
No,
But Blair.
you've seen
Yeah.
her before.
I'm going to
She
attack
did
us.
have some initial magical knowledge, but she's never used the spell.
She used spells.
Thing.
Like, to the point that they were deadly. She did use spells, but she's not a main focus caster.
First and second level spells. What about this thing?
Uh,
Probably not as well.
She's a woman that's set on fire, so she might use fire spells.
She's on fire. Huh? That doesn't sound good. Okay. Well, we should probably stay close together. I'm gonna move up 45 feet, and then I'll use my bonus action to cast Misty Step to get on top of this thing. And then I will actually, I don't really need to do that, do I? I don't have an action anymore because I used my action to cast haste. I could
You still have your extra haste attack.
No, because I haven't used an action to attack. If I
Haste, your
quickened
action.
it, then
No, haste gives you an extra attack action.
yeah, it does. I guess I can have one extra attack action. That's right. Okay, so I will attack once.
All right.
That.
As you jump
Got it.
in out of the mist, you go straight for a jab straight towards the pelvis. However, she simply moves to the side, and you're just standing there, no longer unconscious, but now in the fray of things. All right. Anything else, Lan?
Channel Divinity, but I'm not gonna. I'll save it for if I have to go stab.
All right. Let's see. Grin. Da, da, da. Based on the
If I
actions you have,
remember correctly, he was a werewolf, correct?
he was a werewolf. Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Is he on our side?
No.
Oh hell no!
Crap.
Da, da, da. He can technically get to you and attack you on this turn, but right now there's two enemies there, and he's not stupid. He's gonna take his full action and movement to get up to Bartholomew's face. However,
Hey, what's up?
that's as far as he can get for this turn. Lillian.
Okay.
You have
so
nice hair.
if this is the lady that I don't have the right thing, like the lady in front of Lan is the lady that threw the stuff at Shade, right?
No, the lady that threw stuff at Shade is still next to Shade.
You didn't see that
Oh.
anyway.
Sorry, I can't. Yeah, well, yeah, it's. Okay, so who is this right here?
The woman's on fire, still your enemy. That's still true. She just hasn't done anything yet.
But Spin has an elemental absorber mask, right?
He has a mask. It has yet to do anything.
Well, you know what? Just to be on the safe side, let's blast him again. Did that go through?
The 29 did.
There we go. Okay. 2, 3, 4. I guess only the first two hit.
The first two hit, the second two do not. Aiming straight for the enemy line, you do manage to strike a good amount of damage. However, he still remains true, but he doesn't... Okay, right, the extra d6. However, he doesn't go down. He's still not doing anything against your team, rather he's letting his own subordinates do the work. Maybe he's too weak right now, or maybe he's doing something else. Who knows? Maybe he's just reading your minds to gauge your plans, which all your plans are is attacking.
Dude, out of character, does the rest of the party know if he can cast spells?
The rest of the party has not actually seen him cast any spells, gone on to war, attacked anyone, ever seen him in combat. The
Yeah,
most...
we've only ever seen him in a boardroom.
Yeah. Quite literally. Anything else, Lillian?
I'm gonna bonus action. We have flanking, right?
Currently no one has flanking except
No,
for me. Oh, yeah.
In the rules.
I still use that as something in the game. Yes.
Okay, so then I don't need to count this. I'm Misty stepping
Okay,
behind this
advantage.
person.
Okay.
Why don't you just walk there?
Because it would take longer. You know what? I could. Yeah, I'm not going to miss you step. You're right. I have enough movement to walk around
It's just like
without
30
provoking.
people, isn't it?
All right. Instead of looking cool and stepping out of the shadows, like Shade usually does, you just walk around them because it's practical.
Lan's like, what are you doing? You go back and then walk over there. Sorry. What a waste. Sorry.
Zamek look
Let me see
around.
your-
What was that?
How many of those do I have left? Let me see how many of those I have left.
I think you had a total of 3.
So I have 2 left. So you know what? You know, I'm hasted. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to do the slow one in case I need it for later.
Yeah, fair enough. Zamek looks around, can't really see anything, turns around, and then feels the sensations around him. Let's see here. Does not...
Kilmore asks if Star has a turn.
Yeah, they do. Thank you. I almost forgot. Forgot to include NPC turn. Let's just make her turn concurrent. I'll make her 20 then. Descending order. Okay. Golden also goes on this turn. Sora picks you up. Kelmore, eating up half her movement, looks towards Golden and just kicks her in the face, dealing 1 point of damage, causing her to wake up.
Star?
Golden gets up, wasting her rest of the movement. Looks around, realizes she was unconscious. She can't really hit anything in her distant range, so she has to spend the rest of her turn moving forwards. 15 feet. Okay. Okay, Zamek turns around, looks around. Let's see here. Yeah, he'll just try to get out of the shade. No pun intended. I mean, he saw where shade was coming from, so all he really has to do is move.
But did he just get disoriented from the absolute inability to see?
Not really.
I mean, the way shade moved, he came from a singular direction. So all he has to do is go a different direction.
But
You
is
got
he
a big
sure?
brain in there.
No, but he's watching other people's fights, so is he sure which way is which way now?
If he had a negative to his intelligence, I would say I would make a roll, but he has a very good intelligence. So no. So he just takes 15 feet this way. And that's it. I'll just say, though, he eats up the rest of his movement. I don't know, make it fair. Looks at the shadows. Can't really determine if there's any good people or bad people for him. So he chooses to ignore it. Looks over here. Let's see here. He would be smart and practical. What is the range? He can get her. And he can get you two, but he needs a line factor for that. Yeah, you go for the NPC that is currently out of range for most, but still within threat level. He goes and takes aim straight towards Golden with the strange gesturings. Wait, did it pass your turn?
No, I was being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Looks towards Golden, gestures wildly, but you can tell it is not its magic incantation. Gonna have to make her a con save. Oh, thankfully she survived. Looking at her, you can tell that most of her body is pressured down with some type of, well, pressure. You're not exactly sure from where it's coming from. You can tell it is painful, like a vice. However, she is able to withstand it and only takes half her health reduced down, rounded up. So she's not looking great. Kelmore,
I have haste again.
I think so. Unless Land went down again.
No, I did. I cast it on him. I
Well,
cast
dude,
it on you. I was like,
we're
thanks for
gonna have to
falling on me,
kill him,
Kelmore.
dude.
You have a you need to get better aim. Yeah, I think I agree with that. So I'm gonna leave this fiery thing to you, and I'm going to move. I'm just gonna move Misty Step and go good at us,
Hmm.
and try and stomp him.
It's my turn.
Well, obviously it's your turn. I'm just saying I agree with Lilith.
I will use my hasted action to dash.
Can't you get to him in that one turn?
I'm not sure yet. I'm using my hasted action to dash.
Well, your movement speed to be 60 on haste.
What?
And I couldn't get there in
Haste
60
action
turns
and
alone.
dash.
Well, if you Misty Step there, then you can
I don't
attack him with your
have-
haste action.
I don't have the Misty Step
Oh.
feature that you guys have.
Damn.
Now, I will use my hasted action to dash.
Yep, that's valid for haste action.
And hasted action dash, does it give me another 30 or another 60? I can't remember.
Well,
So
two
it
times,
doubles your
two
movement.
times, so
Yeah,
times.
so
Give
whatever.
me another
Yeah,
60.
That would make sense.
yeah,
Yeah, your speed is just doubled.
yeah.
Alright, so I have my attack, which I will use
Get him, Kilmore.
I will try.
All right, that does hit. All
I
right.
will then use my. Oh, he's still alive?
Yes.
Then I will use my Mother's Blade.
24 does not
Is he a
hit.
Is he a magical creature or does he possess magical anything on him?
He possesses. Whatever you're planning will affect him.
Then I have advantage to hit.
All right.
Oh, that's right. Make that an 18, by the way, with the slashing damage from above.
Mm.
Then I will also use a anti-magic strike. And he has magical related stuff on him. I'll use it at second level. So that's 14 plus a d6.
All right.
18 extra damage.
Manages to strike straight towards the man that you believe is the enemy. You slash straight through again and again, causing a good amount of ripple damage as the rest of your team has also concluded their own attacks. With the magical force of anti-magic, you are able to do a good amount, a substantial more. However, he does seem to still be there, still not doing anything, and still observing the fight rather than getting mixed into things.
Wisdom saving throw, please.
All right. Automatically succeeds.
Alright. That is a little unusual. Then I'll have to end my turn.
All right.
I'm starting to wonder if he's actually there or not.
If he wasn't there, then anti-magic would have been able to tell me, but he's there.
Hmm.
Or at least something is there.
Something is physically present there, yes. Just not going to say here or there. Spin takes his turn. Shade.
All right. Does it seem like the girl that came up and threw things on the ground around me can see me through the magical darkness?
Piercing through with your own true sight, you can tell that the woman does possess strange red glowing eyes. She is looking at you, but she is dismayed that for some reason something around her is not working properly.
Right. Cool. Okay. I'm going to try to cut her into small pieces. So I won't have advantage if she can see me. Does a 30 hit?
30 does hit.
And for the short sword, to see if the big boom goes off. Always like the big boom. A natural 20.
Yeah. Big boom, go boom. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Technically, you rolled a crit, so roll it again.
That's a lot of damage
It is.
for me. All right, and
Managing to grab your blade, you swing and sink both blades in. Immediately, a fissure of sound and force just sinks complete with each other, and then just go with a loud, ringing boom. As soon as that happens, the woman is cut in half and she hits the ground. Probably not there anymore, consciously.
right.
There you go.
Nice. And then I will use my bonus action.
Did you just one-shot her?
Yes.
Hypothetically, yeah. Well, she did get hit by that synaptic static from Bartholomew, so yeah. But I just did a lot of damage for me. You know what? I think Zomic needs a friend. So, just in case, I feel like whatever was going on around me is shut down, but just in case, I'm going to use my bonus action. No, I'm gonna walk to Zomic. I'll walk to here, so I'm not blocking Lillian's sight.
Nothing happens. You're fine.
Okay, bonus action. I'll spend a key point for Flurry of Blows. He's blind though, right?
He doesn't seem to notice where you are.
Okay, advantage then. It's only an 11 to hit.
I'm afraid it does not hit.
And a 28.
Does hit.
Smoosh.
You run over straight towards Zomic, bring out a punch. He does look around, but as he's looking around, he simply dodges by accident. Not wanting to be shown up in your own darkness, you then just sucker punch him straight in the jaw.
Nice.
I'm assuming that's it.
Yep, that's everything I can do.
All right. As your turn ends, another one begins. As the woman in red and quite literally on fire, surrounded by the enemy's front, does decide to see what she can do. Let's see, it'll affect both her team and your team, but it'll be worth it for her. Okay, so Bartholomew, Shade, Lan, and Lillian, go ahead and roll me. This would be con save, technically, unless you have some type of resistance to fire. It'd still be con, but resistance to fire.
Is she fireballing us?
From what you can tell, she expanding her own core of flame and fire and expanding it out to a 30-foot radius.
Yeah, I'm in hasted. Would that give me advantage on the save?
Just haste give you advantage.
Say that?
It gives you advantage on dex saves, I think.
Just dex saves.
Con.
Not
Con.
con save.
Basically, you're weathering the storm rather than getting out of there.
Well, there's mine, 18. Hopefully that's not awful.
It's
We'll figure to
magic.
see what I got. Oh, thank God. I rolled pretty well. And lands next to me, so.
Yep. It says
All right.
magic.
This is akin to Dragon's
Right.
fire breath, so no.
Oh.
Okay, let's see what my NPC evil guys get. One saves, the others do not, with a 1 and a 2. Immediately, the area is doused in flame and torn asunder. Shade's the only one that did not pass. However, everyone else is good. So you need to take half of 8d10.
I'm taking absorb. I mean, I'm using absorb.
Then you get a quarter. So reduced by half. Shade. No, wait. Shade, you take the full brunt. Everyone else that doesn't absorb elements takes 24, and then everyone else takes half of that if you decide to absorb in any way, shape, or fashion.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna
whoa.
use absorb elements as well.
So I take 12. I'm still I'm still up max hit points.
Fancy schmancy wizard with your whole, oh, I can absorb the elements. Meh, 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 meh.
Okay,
I
I
think
need
we
to
have a
roll
wizard.
I'll do it
on
to you.
save for concentration on darkness.
Hmm.
I believe.
I'm still
Darkness is
concentrating.
concentration, right? Yes, it
Haste.
is.
I passed. I'm still hasted.
Cool.
I'm gonna go on a limb and assume that succeeds.
I somehow passed. Darkness is still up.
I am surprised, but good for you.
I mean, yeah,
I
I'm
wish I'd
not.
rolled that on the con save for the damage, but whatever.
I'm still hasted. Land, do you need to make a save
I believe Land did.
for haste?
Oh, yeah. Do you?
I did that as well.
Oh.
Right there.
Okay. I don't know if that
Did it,
passes
yeah,
or exceeds, though.
16.
It passes. Only took 12 damage.
Okay, cool. That is her turn, because that basically expands her action, her bonus action, and her movement. Let's see. Blair is now within range, and she had predicted what you would do to a point. Well, she would have to choose between one of you. Evens and odds.
People, I was getting fucked up.
Can I make that absorb at second level?
Turn
I don't
already
think it
passed.
matters. You can't upcast it.
Yeah.
Just half.
I don't think it matters, but again, turn already passed. Blair looks towards Lan. Sorry, you were odds.
Oh, good.
Grabs a blade in hand, and then just shoots it straight at you. However, she
no.
then proceeds to move straight towards you at the exact same time, but slower in pace as the blade reaches towards you.
Isn't she
Finishes-
already in front of him?
No.
Damn.
Finishes it off before it reaches his face. Grabs the blade in tow and then immediately tries to sink it straight in your abdomen. However, she
Ooh, abs are good.
rolled.
You.
No, that's probably doesn't hit.
Hey,
It's a
did she
19
provoke
hit.
from me? Did she
No.
walk right past me?
No. Land is
No.
a 19 hit. Probably not.
9.
Man, that would have been so. I was actually
My,
kind
my
of
AC
hoping
right now is 23.
she would gun for Lillian because of what I'm gonna do next.
She goes straight for your abdomen. However, you move to the side as she hits the ground. As she hits the ground, you feel a fissure of magic and brimstone just hit it, and then almost a pool of lava hits the ground. So, Kelmore is correct. She does and can infuse magic into things, but she is not a primary caster. But she is a very, very... Just don't get hit by her.
That's right.
She's on the ground in two pieces. Bartholomew.
Now I have this rainbow potion that's been sitting in my inventory for Lord knows how long.
It's been a while.
Yeah? Do you even remember what it does?
I don't remember what it does because I wasn't here for that.
No one was. I never drank it. The only one who does is the DM, and I'm asking him.
I never figured it out, but you did say just grab one of the random potions you have in your notes and see what happens.
Sure, I did. I do believe I did say that. So yeah. At this point, why not?
So do you drink it?
I drink it. Bonus action. Drink the rainbow potion.
All right.
This
Rolling a
is- you begin-
d8.
Yippee-ki-yay!
You begin to consume the strange elixir full of lucky charms. I should have said Skittles, taste the rainbow. Consuming it, you then begin to belch what appears to be small little daggers, just hitting the ground as you begin to belch out through. And then you begin to feel a giant, massive gastrointestinal blockage, which begins to rise up into your throat. Is there any direction you're going to burp?
Would it be okay if I moved over here and then burped in this direction?
Yes.
All right, then I'm going to do that.
All right. As you begin to move away from this strange little situation,
But
you
not
still
too far
feel
away
the
that I
gas.
trigger.
Yes, correct. So you angle yourself to make sure that Grin is still in sight, and then belch what appears to be a massive cloud of daggers just gunning straight towards Grin. Let's look at the range. And everyone else.
Is it like a... Oh, no. I thought I was hoping it'd be a
you
straight
don't-
line.
Yeah, like it might not be a straight line, but I didn't want to take your thunder out.
Well,
It's a cone effect, and it's a very large cone.
Well, thank God Lillian's close to me, I guess. But
at least there's
Conquer-
more enemies than allies.
That's true. This time, Lillian, you do get advantage on your decks. Lan and Lillian, go ahead and roll deck saves. As a cloud of what appears to be infinite amount of daggers just gets hurled
Question.
towards you. Go ahead.
Where's he standing again?
A pretty good distance away, 30 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, do I get like cover from like all the people in
Uh,
the way?
You already get advantage.
There's no one really in
no,
the
there's
way.
no one really in the way.
unfortunately.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
anyone
no.
got in-person cover, probably Lan. You're just out of range of cover. Completely.
At least I'm at
But you
well.
still have advantage, so
This was just a bonus action to drink the potion, right? So I still have an action.
you do.
Okay, I'm
Uh,
flashing a genius myself.
What's your total number? Lan, what's your total number?
I have it 26.
That makes what's Land's charisma?
6, so you have a 17.
That
Hmm.
makes it a 23.
Nice. You both managed to succeed, but I'm going to be a little nicer to Lan, so you only get a quarter of this. Letting you just take half.
I did roll a crit.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way you can absorb shrapnel.
No. Nope. It's not an element, as far as I know. It's made of many different elements.
So if Cloud of Daggers aims straight towards you and consuming 5d8, take 19 points of damage. However, because you rolled so well, Lillian, you only take 9 points of damage, and Lan, you only take 5 rounded up. I'm going to be nice, but not that nice.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take it.
Grin, Blair, and other individual who you never asked for a name and I never gave it to you, all fail.
Corpses don't need names.
That's true. The woman on fire at one point or another did seem fine, except for that strange, let's call it supernova attack. However, now she does seem to be weathered and worn. Anything else, Bartholomew? I accidentally skipped you.
I still have an action, don't I? Because that was a bonus action to drink the potion, and that's just what it did.
Correct.
Well, then... See, I was kind of hoping Blair was going to attack Lillian, because she would have stood here for this. I'm going to cast Agonizar Scorcher at 4th level, because
Oh.
I'm saving a second for Healing Spirit. And it's a 30-foot straight line that's 5 feet wide. So everyone in this line is getting hit with fire in the face.
Are you blasting us again?
No, it's a straight line. I swear, it's a 5 foot wide straight line. You're fine.
Fine this time. Yeah.
Don't feel bad,
Yeah.
Bartholomew. That was a good call to
So-
drink that and burp at us. Lamb
So-
would have said do it. Even if Lillian was like, don't, I'd be like, Lillian will be fine.
So because I'm casting it at
Don't. it'll be-
4th, it is 5d8 fire damage. My only concern is the fire lady. She probably has resistance. Or some other crazy
Two people.
Mm.
shit.
She does have resistance, but that doesn't mean she can't fail.
Sure.
All right. So what was it again?
It is a deck save.
All right. Even with their modifiers, they both probably fail.
Well, alright then. Yeah, it's 17, so...
Yeah, they both fail.
So they take 20 damage each, except the fire lady. She probably only takes 10.
Correct. However, she does look worse for wear. If whatever she was doing, the amounts of expanse of fire that she forced out of her clearly winded her, and now this is also nearing her last flaming breath. However, Blair seems more or less fine, but she took some hits and she's not looking great, especially after that last fiery glaze, and then those daggers that are in her side that you belched at
How's
the group.
Grin look?
Grin looks more or
and you
less.
thought getting close. Oh, sorry.
That's it. Grin looks more or less fine. He's probably used to fighting.
And you thought getting close to the bard was a good idea.
She just picks one of the blades from her side.
Out of his skull.
Anything else, Bartholomew?
Nope, that's it.
All right.
That's
Lan, you
right.
take off the blade, the tiny, I'm going to say they're cocktail swords off of your body.
I know you like to drink, but this is ridiculous. And
What? It's not my fault if they're so delicious.
you're not supposed to eat those. Those are decoration.
Then why did they make them out of candy? They didn't.
Lan just shakes his head and he's like, "We're gonna have to talk after this. Let's kill these bitches." And then he starts stabbing hoes. Let's see. Well, I was gonna go fight Zomic, but I can't see him, so I can't get to him.
You advantage on the fire lady.
I do?
I'm behind her.
Flanking.
Yes. Well, I guess she has to die then. Unfortunately, she has to die. Where are you?
That does hit.
26. Okay. And you said she looks worse for wear, so she's almost dead.
Yes. Let's see here. 34. Looking at the worst for wear woman, aiming straight towards her. Might as well kill the weak, let the strong live.
Yeah.
That whole shebang.
Kill her.
You grab your blade and strike through. You strike so hard that it hits the ground as she hits the ground in two. It wasn't as flashy as Shades, but it was still pretty cool.
I didn't see shades.
Oh yeah, that's
Mine
true.
was
No one
cooler.
saw that.
Yeah.
You could
Shades
hear
grabbed
it though.
Yeah.
You could just hear how cool it was.
Lan was grinning after he heard the boom. He's like, bada boom. And then he sees that bitch in pieces and he's like, yeah. He's like, we're outgunned.
Yeah, that's true. He just hears the boom, and then all of a sudden, the darkness moves,
Yeah.
and there's just a corpse.
Yeah. I know Shade's doing his thing and being a healthy distraction / assassin murderer man. We'll do our thing. On the other lady, Blair, guessing a 14 doesn't hit her.
As you go to strike straight towards her, she just parries your blade with a small dagger.
We'll use my. I have haste. I'll just attack again.
All right.
28 will hit.
How do you have advantage this time?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
not
I
behind
don't.
her.
That's right. That's right. I don't. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
The 17 hit though.
17 just barely hits.
Oh.
She doesn't have that great of an AC. She can hit hard, but not a great AC.
Blast cannon if I ever saw it.
Striking straight
So,
towards her,
that's
you manage to
damage.
strike a good amount of damage. However, she's still standing. She is now winded, likely bloodied, but not dead.
Then I guess I did use my bonus action there. I should move away.
Bonus action isn't your haste attack.
Oh, that's right. I do have my bonus action attack.
Hmm.
That's true. I forgot about that. I have my extra haste attack. I have my bonus action attack with my. I forgot to cast Green Flame Blade on them. Oh well. Too late. Bonus action. 22 to hit her. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
And that will do the most damage. Not bad. And then I'm gonna tell Lillian to take care of this lady, and I'm gonna run, I think, to help Bartholomew. Maybe I'm worried about him getting stabbed to death over there.
That's fair enough.
Or well, you know what?
Even though I just stabbed everyone with like 1,000 knives from
you
my
feel
mouth.
okay? You doing okay over there by yourself?
No.
I was gonna come help.
If
you.
I have someone nearby me, then I'm probably not doing well.
Yeah, I'll just move away and move away.
I mean, if you want to
And
help
stay
me,
next,
that's up to you. But yeah.
I'll sit next to Bartholomew, and then I'll tell Grin. I'll just like spit in his face. I don't know, do something nasty.
Okay. You spit
then
in his
I'll-
face while he's taking a tiny cocktail wiener
Can you
swords off
flank
of him.
him? Can you flank him? A diagonal?
I guess that's true. I guess it could.
Spit on the back of his head.
Yeah.
No, I went.
somehow
No,
that's more
I'm
demeaning.
really fast. No, I'm hasted. I ran right in front of his face. I spit in his face, told him to fuck off, and then I ran behind him. I was like, I'm gonna stab you in the asshole.
Lan, do you have anything that doesn't give you a direct opportunity attack?
No. She can off me. Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay, cool. Well, maybe not cool. As you run away, she goes straight towards your appendix. For some reason, she keeps going
She
towards your
does have
side.
disadvantage though,
Oh, interesting.
because I had a total displacement.
All right, here is roll 1. Roll 2. 22, I think, fails because you said
Nope.
23.
23, got him.
Okay.
Woo!
Once again, she hits the ground and it causes a fissure. It's a good thing that she didn't hit.
You hear Lion laughing like, made you look.
Na, 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 na.
Yep. See ya.
This turn,
Lillian,
however,
you got this.
Grin does take his turn and he is flanked on both sides. However, he just really needs to take care of one side, which might be a
Didn't
problem.
get it spit right in his face.
You
I spit right in
did.
his face. I called him
Um,
a little bitch.
I'm gonna
And
see
now I'm
if
behind him, about
emotion.
to stab him in his butthole.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if emotion takes him over. Uh,
Had to persuade him to attack me?
no. I just rolled for you and Bartholomew and was checking to see what number is higher to see who attacks. He attacks. Lan, congratulations, he attacks you.
Yay. Woo. Disadvantage. Green on boy.
You get eaten by the werewolf.
I love
You know
wolves,
what? I mean, he's less chewy than I am. Is the thing.
though. I do get
He could probably
I
take
am hard. Oh god, it's getting worse.
So he looks towards you and then begins to howl. He doesn't turn,
Oh,
however, he does
Oh, fuck.
then seem to shift. For a split second, you saw something,
my
something in his eyes and something causing commotion in your own. You saw a feral instinct biting at the back of your neck. However, as nothing is there, or at least you know nothing is there, Bartholomew, you do see that a strange werewolf creature is now standing behind Lan.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
Lion doesn't notice.
Wait. So something just appeared out of thin air behind Lan?
It seemed
A
that way,
werewolf.
yes. Lan,
make
you got a
perception
tingle
check?
behind your back. You can honestly just look behind you and you notice it's there.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, there's a
Yeah,
dog.
you
Can I
got,
make
you
a
got
perception to see if I saw what happened?
I yell, cute puppy, bring it on, bitch.
If we could all just keep standing in a straight line, that'd be great. I got one more 4th level.
Yeah. Remember I'm standing here too.
I know.
Lillian, from what you can
I
tell,
was a sacrifice
I
time,
have
William.
27 because
Yeah.
I have my shield giving me advantage on.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
came here to help you. you
Uh,
bastard.
To paraphrase Lord Farquaad, so, some of you
have
may
to die.
fry, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing
I'm
to make.
willing to make.
from what you can tell, Grin is a werewolf. That more or less is not an issue. From what you can tell, he howled and a strange echo just split apart from the howl and went around Lan. That is what you noticed with 26. 7. I'll just give it to you. He's an Echo Knight.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
I still tell him that he has a cute puppy and he should.
I
bring
relay
it on,
that
bitch.
to the hey Lan, I think he's an Echo Knight.
What the fuck is that?
As you shout
he
that,
bites my
Grin
hand.
then goes to attack you with his silver-tipped weapon, which is ironic. However, his Echo does give him an
Wait a second.
advantage, rolls a natural 1, and rolls a natural 1.
Oh man!
Wow.
My fucking displacement cloak. I'm just like bouncing around like fucking Dragon Ball Z or something.
Alright, he has one more attack, but he rolled 2 natural 1s, so I'm not going to give it to him.
He hurt himself.
Lillian.
Okay.
He didn't even know. Even better, he didn't even move.
I'm gonna
Even
step
though
up
he's
to
hasty, he didn't
Claire
even move. Just
and just put her out of her misery.
Finish her.
finish her. Ugh. Can't do it.
No, not friendship. Oh no!
Fatality.
That'll work. Wait, no, I know we can't kill it. That's fucking unethical. God damn it.
Okay, so
raise it.
does it what hits?
All of them except for one hits. All right. You move
And
over.
she has disadvantage to attack anyone but me.
I mean, you would think that. As you move over straight towards her, you cast a thunderous.
That's my ability.
As you move over straight towards her and cast Thunder Gauntlet straight at her from direct point blank range, you hit at a rapid amount of space that it almost hits all of her except one veers to the right. Don't worry about it. It happens to a lot of people. Anyways, you hit her with such force with an electrical bolt that she just hits the ground fried and doesn't get back up.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter that she can't attack anyone else without disadvantage.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Anything else?
You have two things stopping her.
Give me a second. I'm going to move here.
You move there. Anything else?
When I said stand in a straight line, I didn't mean you.
All right, I'm gonna take that as a no. Star and PC's turn.
Agreed, Kelmore.
Star comes over. You told her to stand in a straight line, so she's gonna break that rule and stand this way.
You know, for once, I'm glad you broke the rules. Oh, am I kidding? I'm glad when you break them all the time.
Yeah, well, I'm behind this, so I'm killing this little whatever thing is.
Potentially. The golden then goes around next to the creature. That is the. No, wait. I think golden can. No, yeah, golden can attack. So she'll try to swing straight at the echo. Rolls a 4, so it doesn't hit. Zamek on their turn can't really see a thing. They know that they can go
I have
one.
a question.
Go ahead.
Since me and Lana are flanking it, does it count for golden? Since it's got flanking on two sides, that makes it a third side.
That's not how flanking works. I like your enthusiasm, but that's not how flanking works. But I like your enthusiasm. South 20 feet, north 25, or 30. He just doesn't know where his shade is, but no, he's gonna risk it. He's gonna go down south, giving shade an attack of opportunity. $26 does hit.
Okay. 19 damage.
You manage to strike him. Steadfast and true. He does seem to be bloodied now. He did definitely take a good amount of hits. Well, only a couple really, but he's more or less a glass cannon as well, from what you can tell. However, he does get out of your range. That being said, Shade, you're still doing a great job because the Shade blocks his sight from everyone else. So the only one he can attack is Kelmore. Or his boss if he really wants to.
He should switch sides. It's healthier.
Yeah, he switched sides because his side's getting his ass kicked.
Well, he doesn't know that. He's been in shadow all this time.
That's fair.
But no, unfortunately, he does go straight for Kelmore. Let's see here. That didn't work, so he would probably go for something stronger. But this is usually a team effort that he would do this on. No, he's gonna do it. Kelmore, go ahead and roll for me a dexterity saving throw. Go ahead. No, I mean your question.
As a 27. And my question is, when he runs downward, does he bounce off my shiny My shiny, very special metal armor ass.
Yeah, sure, why not? He bounces off your buns of steel and hits the ground. However, he's still standing back up. He can cast something along a wall line from your point, further from your right and left. However, nothing else is there. That being said, you're there. As you feel the mountain of pressure just hitting you, you move to the side as the very ground itself just concaves with no amount of... Well, it almost looked like no amount of force went through. Almost a small gust of wind and a 3-foot indent hits the ground. You don't take much damage. You still take 3d6. 11. But thankfully enough, you weren't in that line of force. Kelmore.
I turn around to look at the weird blue guy, and I give him an eyebrow raise, and I tell him, I actually bend down a little bit and tell him, pick your battles, little man. Then I turn around, ignoring him, and look at Spin. I'll use my hasted action to use my Magic Slayer Ruin ability to cast Dispel Magic on Spin once a day. Oh, wait a minute, before I do that,
Alright.
before I do that, I need to do a intelligence check first. Yeah, I'm going to consider it. I consider that high enough. I'm going to go ahead and use my haste action to do what I said.
At what level?
It has to be normal 3.
Go ahead and roll.
And that's a 10 plus my modifier. $16.
As you begin to cast Dispel Magic, you begin to see that something around him doesn't seem to be adding up right. He's still taking damage, but he's doing nothing to abate it, to attack you. You then cause a thought bubble going into your mind, and then you dispel magic around him. As that said, he begins to melt down to the very ground, and he simply states in one-word phrase, as he's been saying all this time, I just needed time.
Shit.
I yell out to my group because I don't think anyone other than Shade can see me.
I mean, you can't see Shade either.
I know Shade casted the darkness. I yell out to the group. It was a simulacrum. I can't pronounce the word right. That we are in danger, major danger. Are the other bodies that are down on the ground simulacrums? Are they dead or are they melting?
The bodies that are on the ground that your teammates killed off are actually there.
I yell out that that's the guy Spin was a simulacrum here. And that there's going to be a much greater danger.
Or the danger is already happening.
That too. Well, what are you saying, Dapper?
Oh, I was just saying, are you shitting me? Because I was, I used some spell slots that are very precious as of right now.
I was starting to wonder that after I hit him with all that damage.
Yeah.
No, I am not kidding. Alright, I will use my normal attack to turn around to the little guy.
You turn around towards the 5'4". Not super. No, I'll make him 4'5", about the size of a halfer.
I am 6 feet.
Oh yeah, he's super short for comparison then. In comparison then. Words today. That does hit. Manages to strike him straight with your blade. He does hit. It does convulse on him, and he is bloodied. But it does not straight up kill him.
Extra attack.
Do you have advantage?
Does he have anything magic related on him?
He does not.
Then no.
Well, luckily for you, 18 still hits. Just barely, though. Alright. Striking straight through him, you slash straight through. However, it's not enough to kill him. Just take off a hand or two. He only has 2. So you take off a hand.
I use my Eldritch Knight ability to use my bonus action to attack a normal blade attack,
All right.
since I use a cantrip. Were you saying something, DM?
All right, is that okay? 26, that's it. You slash again, however, he's not going down. This is likely his last, on his last 2 legs, but he's just strong enough to stand by.
I think I would like to go ahead and insult him by just walking around him and moving up to a much more worthy fight. And as I walk by him, I'll give him a pat on the head and tell him, pick your battles, little man.
Okay. Luckily enough for you, he doesn't have any weapons to attack you with. He could probably punch you. That is not his thing. Shade.
Cool. I use almost the last of my precious touch healing potions because I am very hurt as I stand in the darkness and poke myself. So it's going to be 60-10 plus double my con mod because I'm doing it twice. So 4. Roll poorly.
Better than nothing.
Okay, and that was my action. And that was a strike with a bunk weapon, so I guess I'll walk up to Zomic and use my unarmed strike as a bonus action.
All right.
Just an 18 to hit.
An 18 just barely hits.
13 points of bludgeoning damage. So I bump him in the back of the head.
Okay. Well, this is ironic. You go straight up to him, casting him in shadow, and then you just punch him in the face. You punch him so hard, he was at 1 health. Kelmore just didn't do enough. He hits the ground without even complaining.
I feel like that was the mercy dam at this point.
Did I do insult damage, by the way?
Yeah. I'm gonna say, he insulted him so much he wasn't even paying attention to when he got consumed in shadow. That Shade just went up straight to him, punched him in the face, and both insult and injury knocked him out and killed him.
I like it.
She's dead. Anything else, Shade?
I'm just gonna see how far I am. No, actually, I used all my bonus action, and movement, so yeah, I'm good.
All right. Fire Lady's dead. Blair's dead. Dead. Bartholomew.
So, do you feel like giving up yet, or is this just gonna keep going?
In truth, we are just buying time.
Yeah, but you could buy at most, I would say, 6 more seconds.
So you agree we should continue this fight?
Okay, then.
It's like a
Mechanically, I
timer.
was trying to get him to quit.
I think you encouraged him.
Persuasion.
It's
Oh, well.
Like, if you want to persuade him, you can. It won't eat up your action.
Sure, I don't really have much else. I want to try and conserve my spell slots, so yeah. There's no reason for you to die too.
Okay. Da, da, da.
Wow, what is wrong with me today? No.
His insight's only a +2, so let's see. Oh wow, he just barely fails.
Wow.
He just needed a natural 20 to succeed. He just shrugs, takes out a smoke, and begins to smoke. Do what you want. As he does that, he releases the echo.
You gotta make him tell us where's his boss?
And where might your boss be, buddy, if that's alright with you? Would that be another persuasion, or...
No, your roll was good enough, and he failed well enough. I mean, I can take you to him. He's in a very large, grassy, I think they call it a knoll or plain. Just a simple grassland. He's conducting a large-scale ritual right now.
I see. Well, yeah, I would very much like to be taken to him, then.
Say the cliched line. You gotta say the cliche.
What?
Hmm?
Take us to your leader.
Oh. Well, if he was being mind controlled, that would make more sense. Or if it was the alien. But yeah. Take us to your leader.
Does everyone agree to this?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm almost out of spell slots completely, and I'm hurt a little bit. Not a lot.
I don't think we have time to wait, considering they were stalling from the finish the ritual.
It's ritual, so I'm trying to find out how long it's gonna take.
Yeah. You
you
ask
know?
him, and he states it'll take some time. I believe he needs a good 10 hours, but I'm not exactly sure when he started. But he sent the simulacrum to us about 30 minutes ago.
So it's probably been 30 minutes. So how long will it take us to get there?
I can teleport you there, but that's all I can do. After that, I'll be out of any
We have
spell
10 hours,
scrolls.
then we can rest for 8 hours and get a long rest here
Mm,
or somewhere else.
well, maybe 9.5.
It still is just an hour and a half.
But he just shrugs. He's not arguing. He's just telling you.
But he just said he doesn't
Yeah.
know when he started it, though.
True.
The other option, friends, is that we complete the binding ritual.
We don't really need to. And as this conversation is going on, can I take all of our enemies who are dead stuff?
Sure, you round them all up. The alien-looking guy had nothing on him. The woman had 2 blades and a dagger that are on the ground, pierced in. You can take them if you want. You just don't have the spell to actually use them to their full advantage. Blair had a +2 dagger, a +1 longsword, and a strange blade that almost seems ionics in color. That seems to draw land closer to it. Let's see here. Grin has stuff. If you want to take his stuff, that's fine. Doesn't really care at this point. Again, he was just stalling for time. If you guys want to talk and take stuff, he's fine with it. You take his greatsword, +2 greatsword. 1 health potion. 28 gold. And his boots. And leather armor. They're not magical. But they're very nice.
I was going to leave him with his clothes.
I mean, he still has his undergarments. Nothing underneath there, and you can leave him with that.
I would like to also take the vampire-looking one, the fire one, and Blair's heads if I can.
None of them are vampires. One is the tiefling, though. You take the heads off of them. That does take some time, though.
It shouldn't take too long. I'm super swole and I have weapons. Should like take 5 seconds for each head. I take their head, put them in the bag of holding.
Not 5 seconds, but I understand what you mean.
Weird. Fucking
What
weird.
was that spell called again? Oh yeah, speak with the dead.
So you're looking at the talk with the dead? Don't you just need an item that belonged to them?
No, you need their bloody head.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Their head or something that can communicate.
Yeah.
Which is their bloody head.
Well, unless they don't know sign language.
I think they still need
Thumbs up,
capability
thumbs down.
of hearing.
That'd be more fun. Thumbs up, thumbs
No,
down.
I'm just missing the tell
Give
more
you
in
the
there.
finger. That's it. You
That
killed me. Why do I give you anything?
Yeah. Okay. You take all their heads. Anything else?
I just looked to the group. long rest, short rest. We have the. Do we have any more of those long rest
Blade, though.
potions?
You do not.
Shade.
No.
No. We need a long rest. I need a long rest. I'm depleted. I could still be effective, but not nearly as effective as I would be for the long rest. But
Insight
to you
check
guys.
on Grin.
and
When
they
you
also said
said-
good time. Yeah,
Oh,
that's true. We should keep it
I'm
alive.
gonna say Bartholomew takes this, but he also had a box of smokes and
Sure.
2 Flintstones.
I was gonna leave him with the miscellaneous.
Yeah, but dabba do.
Was he telling the truth all the time?
Yes, he was telling the truth. He also has a scroll of magical circle scroll that he was likely going to use to report back to his boss. So that's likely the way he's going to take you there.
All right, guys, we gotta make a choice now. Long rest or not? I don't care either way.
I'm the one saying yes, but everyone
Time
else
is
is
of
like,
the essence.
yay or nay.
And you are all opposed
Aren't
to
you?
completing the binding ritual and giving us access to potentially the most powerful wish we could ever have.
We
end
don't
this now?
need it. And I
What
don't
do
think
we-
this would work.
What do we want to? What are we trying to wish for? What do you want to do, Shade?
Even if we take out Spin, we're not ending this conflict. The conflict between the old ones and the gods is still going to go on, still going to plunge us all into war. That wish spell is enough to destroy one of the sides.
But didn't it not happen last time?
The reason why
Say that
no, it did happen last time. The reason why it didn't destroy the entire world is because someone used the spear to bring it all back.
Yeah, so why didn't they use Wish to do what Shade suggested in the first place? I don't think Wish would affect beings like that unless
it was
they
already too late. The war had already decimated the world at that point.
DM question.
Yes.
Wish spell, as I understand, would not affect god beings and beings like.
Normal wish spell is correct.
Is this wish spell like that or like something else?
This is far beyond that.
All right, never mind that. So there is a possibility.
Yes. As you're beginning to state this, though, Golden does state, yeah, this is way beyond my pay grade, and I almost exploded from the inside. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go tell my boss that you're saving the world. She looks towards Shade. Congratulations. She hands you what appears to be 2 blades. Knock yourself out, buddy, because I am out of this. Yeah, I'm out of this.
Please keep my sister safe.
Yeah, I'll find someone else too. I think you said you had more than one sister. I'll see if any of them are still in the cave. Better than this.
Switch up a little bit. Shade, I don't mind giving you the weapon now, just as long as you remember my request in regards to the wish. But even if we give it, it's not really going to make a change. We still need to deal with Spin. He's still going to be in our way. We need to deal with him first.
His whole shtick is he's trying to play his own game here. If the war is not going to happen in the first place, the gods can focus all of their attention on the little usurper.
So, like you say, we make a wish of saying, let's, for example, all the old ones be gone, as an example, and then, well, what's to say that Spin won't have I don't know, some contingency that will allow him to do some variation of his plan? Wouldn't we still need to take care of Spin
Also,
first?
there's got to be a caveat to that wish
As far as I
that
understand,
we don't know about.
there is a good chance the person who casts it will be destroyed utterly.
I was not really ready to do it right now.
Oops, Shade, I gave you my word before, remember? That I will give you this blade so you can fuse and get the wish. I just don't think it's necessary at this moment.
I'm not gonna force any of you, I can't. So, just laying it on the table and saying I think it's potentially our best bet, and it sounds like we have just enough time to complete the ritual before Spin completes his.
How much time is the ritual?
1 hour per blade.
And how many blades are left?
The rest of
5.
yours and the one Shade now has in possession.
Yeah. So if there's seven, there's 7 total, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So 2 are already fused. So I would need the diamond and the remaining blades, and I could put them all together.
And we don't have another diamond.
We do have another diamond, actually.
I meant 2. We don't have 2
Oh.
diamonds.
No, we don't have 2 diamonds. We only have 1 more diamond.
Star looks at you and goes, "Well, that's not entirely true. I did look around in the room. You guys didn't want to look at." She comes over, gives Shade 2 giant eggshells, but they resemble more gemstone diamonds than anything else. Now, I don't think this is exactly a diamond, but it could be used as one.
What you do know? Out of character, I did check that you could fuse the sins and the she's right.
In a way, potentially.
But you can fuse both together, and we don't have all the virtues yet.
You don't need to fuse all together. A sin and a
For me, we need to do that.
virtue can complement one another, but the fusion is specific for the sins.
I thought you said
Yeah.
they can be fused together, the sins and the 7 stars.
I said potentially. I didn't give an
but
exact.
I don't have the ritual for that. I only know the ritual to fuse the sins together into the spear, which grants the end of
OP
time's
wish.
wish.
I'm opposed to that until we deal with Sten.
Very well.
I think Spin needs to go down first, just in case. But I do think Shade has a point. If we do kill Spin, maybe he has a contingency that would force us to use Wish.
Star simply states, "Well, either way, a lot of us need rest. It seems that we're not going to fuse the blades together, but even if he does have a contingency, we won't know it until we actually face him.
True.
So all we really need to
You
know,
want to wish them out of existence completely,
I mean,
Shade? And are you gonna cast
mean-
the spell, Shade? By the way, who's casting the spell? So you said that person's gonna die.
How do I put this? Look, I haven't really discussed this entirely with the rest of you, but the handle, the linchpin of the spear, is sort of fused with me. So I don't know if anybody else could cast the wish spell.
It doesn't matter to me who casts the Wish spell. As I
What
already
exactly are you going to say when you cast?
said, after all, there is the price to pay, and there still could be a caveat. Even if it kills you, Shade, there could be still a consequence. So we'd really have to think exactly what we need for the wish. I don't
I'm
think
sorry,
it's
is
going to
killing
be.
someone not a consequence, or
I think if you say, "Oh, I wish for Spin to drop dead or be erased from existence," could erase the entirety of the space Spin is at in order to erase him.
Grin
there's
then
probably going to
states,
be a-
he's still in the material plane. If he goes, he just simply goes, probably, unless there's some type of terrible wording, like, I wish Spin and everything else around him is reduced to nothingness. If you're that moronic,
Yeah, so Shade, we would need to be very careful, even if the only consequence is your.
I think we need to know more about this before we take that action.
Just a bit more, Shade. Perhaps if we spend some time making a good wish wording, we can avoid a majority of the consequence.
Star
Other
just
than-
comes over here and then simply states, "Well, that's neither here or there. We can take a rest and discuss this, but the one thing we really need to know, are we going now or after a long rest? Because I'm tired."
I'll vote for a long rest if we think that's the best idea.
Let's sit down.
Grin said he
He's
needed
awesome.
probably at least 10 hours, right?
But he didn't
Yes.
know when he started the ritual, and long rest is 8.
Or 6.
I'll see.
I'm not sure how we can get 6 unless the
There's
DMs
no
want-
sense in going in when half of us are not going to be at enough strength to do much.
Fine, long rest it is, but I believe it's some of it only requires to be asleep and the other one doesn't.
Well, while you begin to discuss this, begin to wonder what type of wish you can wish for, whether you should do this at the exact same time, or whether you have enough time, even with the long rest. One thing is certain. The group is tired. HP is low, spell slots are lower, and one thing is certain. The end of the world or not, maybe getting some sleep beforehand is the best idea. As we end the session for today.